We are live with Walter Bootie, aka Smooth Holmes. It's the SL Digital Media Podcast. He's here to tell his story. I found out he was one of the 60 greats of the Sunny Hill League, and he's about to tell his story, his journey, and then also talk about the players you played with. Because, man, that Hill League was on fire.
Wow. Wow. It was awesome. It was awesome. The years I played, man,
Yes,
it was
sir.
so awesome. Like, we have countless G1 players, countless pro potential players. Actually, was teammates with Randy Woods when I was in the Hill League in 10th grade, and I played for West Philly. And this guy just blew out of nowhere. He killed him in the high school league. He killed him in college. And then
Yeah.
I think he went like fifth round, fifth pick in the first round of the draft.
Oh,
It was a
Eddie.
bunch. Randy Woods.
Oh, yeah, Randy was. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was a bunch
Right.
of time. I'm talking about Carlin, Jason Worley, Brian Graves, Wasu Crawford, which is very underrated. He's a very good point guard. Always been. Trust me.
Russell was great. Russell
Yes,
was
he
great.
was. And the VIP to my man Mick Kilgore. I played alongside with him too.
Oh,
Aaron
yeah,
McKee and countless others. See,
definitely.
cause basically the Hill League was like it was like every team was stacked with all stars. It wasn't like was the best players from one school. It was the best players from each school in that area. So
Exactly.
it was basically better than playing high school ball. Because when you play high school ball, you just play with the best players in your school. But when you play with the Hill League, every team was an all star team.
Oh, yeah,
Every team was like an all star team from the starting five to the five coming off the bench. It was at least the best players in that school in that area.
definitely.
Yes, it was.
Definitely. I
No
remember
doubt.
that. But, it was funny because I used to tell everybody Booty had that creepy game because he would shoot the mid range all through the game. And then all of a sudden, he get mad and bang on somebody. So I do
Well,
remember those days where you used to do that every time. You would play like real quiet. And then when the game get real close, Booty's like, wait a minute, y'all
well,
know y'all
well,
gotta give me the ball, right?
actually, you remember these brothers, the Angola brothers? I think they're from overseas, and they went to Temple. They used to play in Gen 100 with us.
Yeah,
Fast
of course.
guys, them guys was like a blood. And he sent me a text because they had something to comment on me on the Pearson Hall page. He said, "Yeah, I remember Booty, and the reason I remember him because he had a jump shot, but every now and then he'd dunk with somebody. He'd always say surprise because nobody knew I had hops like that."
No, because you would always play it like you wasn't going to jump. You would play it
uh,
mid range and just do the quick joint on them. But but
right,
but then
right.
as the game go, something's about to happen.
Right, right.
Don't get
And
caught up like Usher.
but also, like I said, the talent that used to come in Pearson Hall that day. You remember what it was like
Yeah. It
Mark
was,
Macon, one of the best college guards I ever seen to play in the college era. During this
yeah.
era, I thought there was nobody better than Mark Macon on his 4 years at Temple.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I went to the pros is a different story, but his college career was outstanding. Then we had
No
a young
joke.
man, Eddie Jones. And we had Aaron McKee, we had Rick Brunson, and they should actually come in and ball with us like they was playing against UMass and stuff like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They didn't cut no corners with us. They played hard,
Oh
and they
yeah.
always give us our respect because I acknowledge some guys because they did what they did to succeed and develop their game to the level that they made it to. But
Yeah.
they also playing against us. Once you're on the court with us, we treat you the same way as us. You might be good and pro potential, but you're on the same court as me right now. So
Yeah.
there was no fear factor involved. Just basically playing basketball, playing hard, and I'm competitive. I
Hmm.
just like that's the way I treated them. They always gave me respect, and I always gave them respect because I admire guys like that. They
Yeah.
did what it takes to make it to the next level.
Well, just to think, we played with them and they made it, and we were a part of that journey of
Right,
them
right,
actually
right,
getting to the
right.
next.
Exactly.
Because we were only about a hitch off of being D1s and
Right, right.
so they
You're right.
got good competition,
Uh,
definitely, you
See,
know.
because we never really took the time out, and took 1,000 shots a day, and everything we did was on natural ability. And then some just had more natural talent than others at that time in our career. But they took the time, they worked at it. It became a job to them, and they became real good at it. But like I said, they always acknowledge us because they say, I ran to Sean Randolph one time. He actually told me, say, Booty, look, man, we played against UMass, bunch of good teams from the A10 and UNLV and all that. Y'all guys used to give us hell in that back gym. So I took that as a badge of honor and as respect also.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
So, that was one of the reasons, and it was funny because you're gonna say, I thought they forgot me. Look, if we all played in the gym, everybody knew Booty, Cotty, we knew Mark Macon.
Hey, don't forget my man Chewy.
You got Chewy, yeah, because you and Chewy rolled together.
Yes,
Y'all
we
always
did.
y'all rolled together. Y'all had Chewy, you, Macon.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you was around. Was you around when Lovelace and all of them was there?
Yes, I was. Chris
Okay,
Lovelace,
Chris Lovelace, and so.
Will Cunningham,
Oh yeah, Cunningham.
Derek Batee,
Oh yeah, yeah, all them
Donald
guys.
Hodge, all them guys, man. It was a great time in life for us
Yeah,
when we played
Strickland
downstairs in
played
the
in the
hall.
gym too. Remember
Yes, he
Mark
did. Yes, he did. Yes, he
Mark
did. Yes, he did.
Who else?
Yes, he
Michael
did.
Harden. Michael
Michael
Harden.
Harden, yeah, and the
Michael
list goes
Harden
on.
was
My
there.
God, and Levan Austin, Levan
Levan
Austin from
Austin. Yep.
there. Yeah,
Levan. Yeah, yeah,
Johnny
definitely.
Connick, Johnny Connick,
Oh yeah, Johnny Connick was heating it
Johnny
up.
Connick. Yeah, and Johnny
And,
Connick, he really played on the B court. He just wanted the ball. We had the A court and the B court when we
yeah,
played in Temple. And
yeah,
Johnny Connick, some of the guys that I ain't getting on the B court. Johnny Connick just loved it ball. He played on the A court or the B court. He just wanted the ball, and he
yeah.
was good. He was good. Real outstanding, great point. I mean,
Uh,
what was he, shooting guard?
yeah, he was. Yeah, he's definitely a two or a small or a three, wherever he could play. Because if he got in the game, he was putting it up. It didn't even matter. So
See, was also you bring up a valid point. Far as though you said, like guys was like a tier underneath them guys at D1 level. There's a
yeah.
lot of guys that came in that gym that could have played D1 that held
Oh
their
yeah,
own good D1 players,
yeah.
and I can name a few. Trust me,
Yeah,
I can
remember,
say,
remember, remember Indian John? He probably was the
yeah,
greatest
yeah,
Indian
yeah.
basketball player ever.
Remember man, Otis,
Oh yeah, Otis is come there with a little. Yo,
with
he
the
wouldn't miss that bank shot. He would
with
not
the
miss
run,
that
with
bank
the
shot.
running hook, with the slippy sneakers on.
Look, he come off the street right after washing the car and got the and straight just he putting up a great shot every time, man. That's Otis, man.
And we can't leave out the legend, Old Man Rich. He's a
Old man
legend.
Rich. Oh yeah.
I think he's the all-time leading scorer in Pearson Hall,
Oh
history-wise,
yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah.
he played 40 seasons in there.
Yeah, he played 46. He averaged 8.7. So,
he, he
so he
led
ain't
he led
surpassing
the, he led
Kobe.
he led the gym in cherry picking every year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you number one at that, boy. Yeah, yeah. But I played. I
Uh-huh.
played with Gola and them in the intramurals, and I
Yeah.
played with Aaron in the intramurals. So it was pretty cool
So,
to see
so
those
what
guys.
team was y'all? Was y'all the Heat? Was y'all squad? No, Heat. Eddie Jones played for the Heat. It was
Yeah,
a Heat
they beat
NML
us in the
team.
championship. Yeah, but they beat
Okay.
us in the championship, and that was Mike Robinson. You remember Mike Robinson?
Yeah, with the FLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Myers when the game with the Hawaii.
Oh, that might have been him. I don't know.
Even
But
yeah. I know you're talking about.
yeah, but he was a Kappa. That's all I knew. He was a Kappa, and he was cool with Will Smith. So
Uh,
that's how I knew who he was. Other than that, I didn't know too much about that. But in your endeavors and through your, what are you currently doing right now? You kind of briefed me, but I want you to tell the people what you're doing right now.
well, currently right now, basically, I try to teach the youth out of the situation I was in because
Yeah,
during my high school years, I wasn't really hitting the books like that. I grew up in the '80s in North Philly. I was, the streets got me a little caught up. Then when I was at Germantown High, I played 3 games, and I averaged 3 games in 20. I averaged 28 points in 3 games. So everybody thought my senior year, I got all the publicity and the newspaper. And, hey, wait till this guy play next year. But then, I became an actual academic casualty. So, just not really hitting the
yeah.
books.
But
So
that
what I
happened to a lot
did,
of people, though.
right, right. So what I did was I went to a job corps in Baltimore, right? And
Hmm.
job corps, the age was 16 to 22. And you're gonna be, if you play ball, you still playing with like guys like 22 years old and they're, older than you and everything.
Of
So what
course.
happened when I played there? I played at Woodstock Job Corps. I'm gonna got my diploma there, got my degree, I got my high school degree, I got my trade degree, and also I was on the basketball team. It was like older guys, and I was playing with older guys, and my talent was standing out against these older guys.
Of
So
course.
so when I came back to Philly, I couldn't play high school ball no more because I had my diploma already. So I played in the Hill League. And the Hill League, I was still the age limit. And, even though I graduated from high school, but I still was in that age bracket that I still can play in the Hill League. I still was considered as a junior and as a senior. And the squad we had in the Hill League, and the Hill League just wasn't a basketball league. It was like they taught you
No, that was
academics,
yeah, that was
We
crazy
had
in there.
tutoring. I didn't need tutoring. Some guys need tutoring, but they help you out. It was more than just a basketball league.
Of
And
course.
during my time down there, I really played against, like I said, a bunch of high school greats during that era. And I was holding my own against them. And so this how I really know I must have had something in me because one guy came to me, he wanted to interview me. He said, "Yo, you went to Germantown High. I heard about you, but you're not playing this year." And I explained my story to him. His name was Harold Freeman. He's from the Germantown Courier. And he wrote like a real nice article about me in the Germantown Courier, saying, I was academic casualty and how next year they expect me to do big things in the public league. But unfortunately, it didn't turn out that way. So what I teach my youth that's follow me now, and I have a little mini basketball camp that I had started last year at Timpanogly. It was a free 2-day camp, like Saturdays and Sundays. And
Yeah.
I had high school players there, girls, kids, and everything. But only reason I didn't continue this year because the epidemic that's going on, that COVID-19 that's going on, and I would
Yeah.
love to do that again. So basically, I'm just saying, I just teaching the kids don't make the same mistake I did. I was college basketball material. I just didn't do the right thing to succeed on that level. That's all.
Oh yeah, you
Not
definitely
talent
went to
wise,
college.
but as far as though being focused, doing the right thing.
Yeah, because that's the key to that. And then you got, the game part, you would have been there. It was just a
Right.
matter of the other focus and but guess what? You're not the only one. So that
Yeah, I know,
plenty
I
of
know.
plenty of people that have been in
See,
that.
see,
But it doesn't matter. You went on and you've gotten yourself together
right,
and guess what you're doing? You're actually helping the young and tutoring them just like you got
right.
tutored.
Hmm.
Just that however you can basically take it from that adult. You're either gonna listen to them all the way or you're not.
Right,
So,
right,
so you're gonna
right.
get a couple of them.
Yeah, but most of the kids I work with, like they up and coming, and they want to just improve their game, and I didn't charge no money. I used to be out there from 9 in the morning to these 2 in the afternoon on a hot sun. That is heated out there and everything on every Saturday and Sunday last
Yeah,
year at Timpanogly. So, but the thing about it, I didn't charge no money. It was just me giving back. That's all it was. I just want to help these kids improve their basketball game. That's all I was doing.
yeah.
And then,
Well, it's cool.
and the guys I seen, that's around me that I idolized going up to play high school ball, like guys like Hank Gathers, guys like Doug Overton, Daryl Heat Gates.
Yeah, you was out
Um,
there with them. I remember.
yeah, I was out there. It was a little older than me, but I have a very strong memory when Hank Gathers used to play down 16 Susquehanna. And I
Hmm.
liked this guy game so much. I think he might have been 2 years older than me. But after they played down in 16 Susquehanna, after every game, man, Hank used to play a one-on-one. One-on-one. He
Wow.
never said, "No, little kid, get away from me. No, get out of here." He never did that. He took the
Nah.
time out. He just played the whole game on 16th Street. It got to the point he was calling me out the stand. You ready for a one-on-one? And I'm gonna be honest, I never beat him. I
Well, Hank
never
was
beat
real
him.
strong. He was naturally strong, though.
Man, this guy was a man child at a man child age. Yeah,
Yeah, he definitely was. Him and Bowie, boy, they was putting up some numbers, man. Wherever
yeah,
they went.
yes, they was, and the thing about it, they was good brothers too. They was very
Yeah,
approachable and everything. Like they
yeah,
didn't walk around with they S on their chest like I'm more better than y'all and all that.
of course.
And
Yeah,
I played in a lot of leagues all over the city, a lot of leagues, and everywhere I went at, not trying to brag, I made my mark. You know what I mean? Only place I really didn't play that much ball at in the city was South Philly. I played a couple of times down Fifth and Washington.
hmm,
Not nothing against South Philly guys at all. Respect to my South Philly brothers. But that just wasn't for me. They was a little biased down there. They love their South Philly players.
Oh yeah, well, that's how it is
Yeah,
though.
I met the late Jody Johnson down there, man. Man, we became good friends, and this guy turned out to be a legend as far as playground wise and as far as the person and all that. Unfortunately, he had an untimely death. But very great brother though, man.
Yeah.
Good times, man. I have nothing but good memories from my
Well,
basketball career and meeting good people such as yourself.
yeah, that's it. And that's why when you
Mhm.
told me, man, I think they forgot. There ain't nobody forget you, man. That's
No,
why I appeared.
it's
That's
just a
why I
little
appeared.
it's a midlife crisis I'm going through right now. That's all.
Okay, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, but the point is though, that was the other reason why I started doing this was because I kept seeing the same people getting posted.
Right,
And I'm like,
right,
wait a minute now. Pearson Hall
right.
was legendary,
Yes, it
and
was.
you produced Eddie and Aaron out of there.
Uh,
So that was the
and Mark Megan and Rick
Martin,
Brunson.
yeah, Rick Brunson, yeah, exactly. So
During our
it,
era. During our
yeah,
era.
exactly. So we played and was around those guys, and you know, it was cool because remember, Rick and Macon were McDonald All Americans.
Right.
Mark Macon had an incredible buzz on him before
Yes,
he
he
came
did.
here.
Yes, he did. Yes,
And
he
let's
did.
not forget that Temple team.
Oh wow,
Man,
wow.
Tim Perry, Mark
Oh my,
Macon, Howie
Ramon
Evans.
Rivas, Howie
Oh,
Evans, Ramon Rivas, Mark Megan,
man.
Dwayne Coswell.
Yeah. And you know what? To
Yeah.
me, that's what Philly basketball really was back in the day.
Mhm.
It was 4 to 5 guys. If one couldn't jump, guess what?
Mhm.
The other one was coming. And that's what
Right.
Tim Perry used to do. He used to block
Right.
them shots. And
Right.
Mark Macon was on fire.
Yes,
You
he
know,
was. Yes, he was.
he was
And like
on fire.
I said that the good thing about them guys, they was approachable. We said ball in Pearson Hall, then we load up in Mark Megan car and Eddie Jones car, and we go to Tim Perry house in Freehold, New Jersey, and over there
Yeah,
cook out and everything. then they
yeah,
never looked at it like, hold up, Booty don't play for the team, but they set me because of my basketball skills.
yeah.
you know,
Those guys was
no,
grounded though. They was all
yeah.
grounded. They was all
Yes, they
grounded.
was. Yes, they
Yeah, they
was. Yes, they
definitely was
was.
grounded.
Yes,
Yeah.
they was.
So I'm going to say this: Who was the biggest? Who would you say was your biggest competition? Because there's always one person, one or two people
Uh,
that you played against that was just they had a
hmm
different game about them. Who
Right,
do you think
right.
that was during that time?
During that time, I can honestly say, um, it was a couple of guys, but it was this guy like he don't get a lot of buzz. I keep bringing his name up, Wasu Crawford. Like
Oh
man, he
yeah,
was on the same team in the Sunny Hill League, right?
I remember
And
Russell
Wasu
Crawford.
came from out of Parkway. He came from out of Parkway, and he
Yeah.
made all public second junior year, second team, senior year, first team. And he
Mm-hmm.
was my point guard with down the Sunny Hill League. That's the year I actually led the Sunny Hill League in scoring. And
Wow.
Wasu was my point guard. And everybody, they just kind of yeah, Booty way better than Wasu. But every time I play that guy one on one, I never beat him. It could be tied up 2020, but he just always he used to give me fits. And actually,
He had that little quick handle.
yes, yes, and
Yeah,
tenacious defense too.
yeah, yeah. He
But
played
but
hard. He
actually,
definitely played hard.
he played hard. But actually, guys that it depends which league you're talking about. Because I played in a bunch of leagues. If you're talking about 16 Susquehanna,
It don't matter.
I gotta
It
give
don't
my
even
props
matter.
to Brian Watson, Sad Eye,
Oh yeah, Saturday. Of course, Saturday.
Mookie Stewart.
Mookie
He's
Stewart.
yeah, he was a beast. He was a beast. He was a
Oh,
beast.
okay.
Um, Antoine Jefferson, I give
Oh,
him his props
oh
too.
man,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
had that little glide game.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He would be
Yes, he
gliding all
did.
the time. Yeah, I like Twine.
See,
Twine.
and also down 16th Street, we played zones. But in the hill, we played man to man.
Yeah,
So
they
it's
would make
not
you
like
play
I was
man to
really
man.
guarding nobody up there. I was playing the two, but I'm just guarding the perimeter. But
Right.
them guys used to make sure they used to bust our zone up,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah. I
did it
remember.
consistent. And we're not the only team they did it to. So it's and then if you go far as that, like who I think like was my idols and was great high school players that I idolized too, I'm gonna say some names that you might not remember though. So I go far back. I'm a little older than you. We're probably about 1 year, 2 years, something like that. But my basketball history is very strong. I can say guys like Timmy Brown that went to Mass Brown, won the championship.
I don't remember
I,
him, but you do,
I,
so I'm quite
yeah,
sure
yeah,
he
yeah,
exists.
yeah. A lot of people know Reggie Faison and
I
went
remember
to Ben
Faison. I
Franklin.
remember Faison.
Right, right. Um, Munchie Mason,
Munchie
he's
mentioned.
another good one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Munchie Mason. My man
Toddy Branch.
Toddy Branch.
Yeah,
Toddy
Toddy
Branch.
Branch. Yeah, Toddy Branch is definitely
Uh, Paul Bust Todd with the King.
okay.
Never heard of him? Yeah, King had a good team. He had Bust made all public. And I'm a little biased by this, but he went to Central. My man Joe Robinson. He made all public junior and senior year. Then made the Temple team as a walk on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my buddy. I'm a little biased, but he was a good guy. He wasn't no slouch. He put work in the public league, and he's another one that I thought was a good player. As far as big
Okay.
men go, this is guy from I live across town. He went to Mass Brown. They won championship. Darren Keefe. So I'm saying old school names.
No, I remember
Darren
that name.
Keefe,
I remember that
my
name.
man, my man Jerome Allen. I gotta give him
Jerome.
his
Yeah.
props.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Jerome
yeah,
Allen.
Poole. Yeah, I gotta give Poole a shout. Shout out to Logan Nation.
The
And
crossover. Pat, pat, pat. You just do that little crossover.
oh my God,
The
it was
Hardaway
like
joint.
it was more wicked than Hardaway John because it was long stride with him. Hardaway had the pat John.
Yeah.
Pooh had the pat and taking 2 steps with it. He leave you further back than Hardaway. Hardaway had you dizzy.
Yeah.
Pooh would actually leave you.
Yeah. Pooh Allen was definitely he was a
yes,
monster.
he, yes, he was,
Definitely.
man.
So, all right, now check this out. Who is your top 5 high school players in Philadelphia? Because we're gonna go to the NBA.
In my opinion, or you going all time? Just my opinion, or just
Philly.
the
Yeah, just
consensus
Philly.
opinion?
Yeah. Well, no, it is your opinion. And so,
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll give you my opinion. I would actually rate Mick Kilgore was a tough high school player.
Mick Kilgore was tough. Yeah, he definitely was tough.
Right. VIP Mick, rest in peace.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
gotta say, Hank Gathers.
Oh,
I used to love Lionel Simmons' game.
ooh, man.
Yeah, and my man, he's a little hot head, but I gotta give Randy Woods his props too, man.
Oh yeah, Randy Woods. Randy Woods went to Franklin.
Randy used to light things up, man.
Mm-hmm.
and he was a short guy with a lot of heart.
Oh yeah, no, Randy was tough, man. I remember Randy. And Randy was quick. He had a little funny.
Yes, he was.
He's like a little snake out there, Randy,
Right.
I think that's what they used to call him. I think they used to call him the snake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mick and them used to call him the snake. If I'm not mistaken.
And he had a daily jump shot.
Oh yeah.
And I gotta give props to Jason, the Carl, and Worley. I can't leave them out of the conversation.
Oh yeah, the Worley brothers was definitely putting in that work.
They was putting in their work. Man.
I remember them, Carlin and Jason Worley, right?
It's a lot, man. It's
what
a
about
lot
the Shorters? Was you around when the Shorter brothers?
No, that was before my time. I think me and Rodney was around the same era. Not Brian, but me and Rodney was around the same era because I think we're around the same age. But like I said, I didn't do that much game playing in high school. So I think he played on the Hill League. I'm not sure if I played against him. I don't know if he's like
they definitely played down there. They played.
Yeah. But Brian Shaw was before me. He was before me.
Yeah,
and I spoke to him, and I seen him play first time in person. Oak Hill Academy. They came down. McGonagall Hall played against Dobbin, and that's the first time I actually really seen. What's the guy? Randy Slade, I think was their point guard.
Randy Slade, I remember Randy Slade.
Yeah, and Oak Hill Academy had Brian Shorter, Sean Green, Stanford Jenkins. They had a hell of a squad, but Dobbins getting work that game. It's a lot of guys, man.
Well, I think Dobbins they fell completely off after Hank and Bo. They wasn't even on the radar. It's like Simon Graff took over that. Simon
Graff. They did. Graff had a nice run.
Because Sheed and all them, Aaron and Sheed, and then Leonard Stewart. Remember Leonard?
Yeah, Rondell Turner.
Yeah, Rondell Turner. They had some. They had some. They had some players.
What's his name? Terrell Stokes. Didn't he go to Gratz?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Then with the Maryland. With the Maryland after that, right?
Maryland, yep. He played at Maryland. I forgot. Oh, he played with Lewis. Remember Lewis, the shooting guard at Maryland?
Yeah. Yup.
Yeah, he was nice too. Yeah, both of them two
What
dudes were nice.
was Juan Dixon there when Terrell was there? Didn't
I
Juan
think
Dixon go
that's
to
who it was. It
Boston?
was Juan Dixon. It was
Yeah, yeah,
Juan Dixon. That's who it was. Juan Dixon was
yeah.
nice, man. Yeah, man. Uh, so now let's talk about your top five collegiate players you played against. Because remember, you did play against Mark Megan and them. So,
Uh huh.
but you went to 16th Street, so you was up there with all the rest of the
Right,
little
right,
courses
right,
too. So just put your
right.
top five together in that bracket. Your top five collegiate team. It's
Yeah, I
your
played
team.
again
Yeah.
down 16th Street.
Yeah, the ones you got,
Well,
the ones you
okay,
show
okay.
love for. Yeah.
I got love for them all. I got love for all them brothers because we came like a fraternity. You know, all the good basketball players. You know, they love each other now like they was brothers. Like we wasn't even enemies on the court. That's how we relate to each other now and everything. But I can go with I can say actually like Curtis Reed. I think he went to Shaw.
Yeah, Curtis Reed. I know
Yeah,
Kurt
Curtis
Reed.
Reed. Yeah, Curtis Reed.
Oh, Kurt Reed used to have the creepy. Oh man, you talking to bring out the Bunny Boys.
Oh man, this guy caught me one time where he caught me on a fast break, and I was all young and fresh legs. I said, "I'm gonna block this dunk, man." He put me on his poster.
Yeah, definitely. What was Dominique Stevens used to do it?
Dominique Stevens, yeah,
Did you ever
Dominique
see his
Stevens.
son?
No, I seen his sister play
No, 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 no,
Maryland,
no,
but
no, no, no.
I heard about his son. I actually never seen him.
Dude, his son was literally, I'm telling you, he was doing Vince Carter stuff.
Wow, what school he went to?
He
Or
went
goes
to
to?
Cheney, but he got drafted by the Rams. He was a football player too. He played wide receiver. So
Wow.
he played a little bit with the Rams. How I know because, of course, I was doing the games, and I remember when he graduated. Dominic Stevens said he played football. I said football, and dude, he was dunking two hands, gliding past people, feet forward like that. Like you ain't never seen nobody dunk like that. I think he was the greatest dunker down there. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I think he was the greatest dunker down there. Dominique Stevens' son was definitely, man. I'm telling you, man, he was catching people, catching.
We had guys like Brian Cigar. I think he went to Beaver College.
Yeah, Cigar was
Brian
tough. Yeah,
Cigar, yeah, he was tough. Cigar
Brian
was tough.
Seafood. He had a little
Yeah,
seafood.
Brian Seafood. Yeah, that's my man. Brian
Yeah,
Cigar
Brian
is my man.
Cigar. Yeah, yeah,
And it was just countless of talent down there because it was basically like a pro hill league, but in the hood because it was teams from all over the city that came there. It was like the mecca at one time for basketball in
yeah.
Philadelphia.
But
Actually,
no
go
matter
ahead.
what, no matter where you played at, we gonna get back to Gym 100.
Right,
The
right,
talent was there every day. So when you was going out to those other 16th Street,
right,
you was
right,
prepared because you
right.
you was already putting in war in the gym. So that was just a regular game for you out there.
That's how I felt, man. That's how I felt. I felt
Yeah.
like
So
they on the same court as me. I could be
yeah,
just as work as them. And then a lot of people think, oh wow, they play D1 or they pro prospect. That thought never crossed my mind because they're on the same court as me.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I know for sure that well look, Aaron and Eddie
I'm busy.
and Rick and all those basketball Strickland, they all played in Gym 100 and
Right.
145. Is and football Keita Crespina.
Kid, little short kid that played arena ball, and I think he was in the NFL for a minute, for a couple
Yeah,
years.
let me tell
Hey,
you
wait, you
something.
remember? Hey, wait, you know what? If you want to talk about Pigeonhole, like the basketball team, they was cool brothers, but the football teams was my homies.
I know
They
the
used to come
football
to Jimmy
players.
Rock. Yeah, remember they used to come to Jimmy Ball with us.
Yeah,
The
I
football
remember
team,
everything. I remember
Leslie
when
Shepard.
Hollis Thompson used to come in. Hollis Thomas used to come
Hollis
out with
Thomas for the Eagles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he used to come in through the back with Allen Rossum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when they were playing with the Eagles, they used to come in the other back gym, but they was there, But guess what? I'm telling you, I don't think there was ever a more competitive gym on an everyday basis. They might have had a couple days and a couple gyms, but
hmm
like that still was a spot where everybody came from different parts of the city and they was playing. Toddy and them came down there. I remember John Anderson and all them started showing up. You was there.
Man, I remember the LaSalle guys used to come in there. The guys paid for LaSalle, guys paid for Penn.
Everybody played in there.
What's this short dude that played for Penn with Pooh was there? Matt Maloney.
Matt Maloney. Yep, Matt
Yeah,
Maloney.
he used to come down there shooting, real good shooting guard.
No,
Yeah,
but remember he played with the Houston Rockets.
Yeah, he played for the Houston Rockets. Yeah, I remember that.
He was with Cat Mobley.
And then the thing about it, we was the young guns, but we had some old heads who put in some work, like Malcolm. Remember Malcolm?
Oh, Malcolm. Man, Malcolm was Terry Cummings. Malcolm was Terry Cummings, man. That dude was hard and steady.
He come down there with his scepter, conductor suit on, changing the logo, coming in, bust our butt, and then go right back to work.
He got that Al Horford mechanic.
And he had a nice little pull-up jump shot.
But guess what? He was definitely efficient.
Yes, he was.
I think Rich shot 91%, but he only shot the ball three. He shot the ball 3 times. And you would always leave him wide open.
Rich was the first person I seen had a sideways fadeaway. He didn't fade away to backward. He fade away sideways when he shot his shot.
Man, Rich told me he was riding his bike to Atlantic City and back every day. I said, Atlantic City? He said, yeah. I was like, dude, I said, that's like 55 miles that's like 60 miles. So I don't know if he ever told y'all that, but he used to always tell me that all the time. What about Rich Baker? Remember Rich Baker?
Oh, Rich Baker, tough. What was his homie? Truck was his homie, right?
Oh yeah,
turn that down some. Turn that down.
Yeah, Truck was definitely he was a radar guy.
Yeah, Truck was one. You leave him in the corner, you're driving, you kick it out the truck. He stayed right in that corner. He would knock it down, but leave him open.
Truck definitely was an efficient shooter. In fact, a couple people that we played with had better shots than some of the collegians that was in the in D1 in the Big Five. So that's why I said we've always had a great competition in the gym, especially when you Toddy and them started showing up, because then you saw different games. We were used to the college thing, because when I first got up there, Mark Macon used to be in the gym, but I met Hart, and Hart, used to let me, come in the gym and everything.
Harper.
Yeah, Hart used to let people in the gym, get them off the street, and that was a great attribute of him, because think about it, you don't know what might happen with that person if they walk, go around the corner. You don't know what they was into.
Right.
Think about it. We was playing basketball literally from 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock, and we were so tired. We had to just go home and get some rest, because
the thing about it, we would have wars on the court, but when the game over, we was buddies. We used to go up Pizza Hut and eat lunch together and all that.
Yeah, remember
the cafeteria.
Go in the cafeteria and get
it was nothing but love. We might argue and cuss each other on the court all day long, but when the game was over, we came together like this. Like there was no beef or nothing, man. That's why I remember them days as good times.
Yeah,
man.
We definitely was living in a time where there wasn't really no hate. It's just it's just competitive nature of the game, and that's all it was. It was literally just being competitive, and it was a great time. I remember, I still remember it every day. I'm like, man, it's nothing like going to Gym 100 and 145.
Right. Yep, you're right about that, bro.
It was nothing like that, because everybody was from all over. And all right, so now we're going to get to your top 5 NBA players.
Oh wow! Oh, that's not a tough one, but like you said, my top 5, right?
Your top 5. Everybody. My
top 5.
Everybody, all this stuff is everybody's opinion. So
everybody's opinion.
That's all it is. So.
Well, my top 5, in no particular order now. I'm just naming the top 5, all right?
Order. Just 5.
Okay. Well,
if you would go with this way, you're a GM. If you was putting a team together, you're a GM. If you was putting a team together, so go with a point, shooting guard, small forward, you know, straight five. If you was putting the team together,
Well, basically, I was like the guys that my game was kind of compared to, like all around, can dribble, can shoot, had
yeah,
little bunnies and stuff like that. So I'm a real big LeBron James fan.
of course.
I
Well, that's
can't
not a
leave
bad.
out right. I
Yeah,
can't leave out the goat. You know the MJ. I can't leave him out. No, no
yeah,
MJ. Like I said, no particular order. I'm just naming the top five that I
yeah, yeah,
think.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And might be a little biased with this one, but I was a diehard Julius Irving fan.
Oh no,
the
I mean,
doctor,
that ain't that hard
the
because when he
doctor,
went to Nets,
and
he
I'm
was
from
already ready.
Philadelphia, and I'm from Philadelphia,
Yeah,
and I always loved the Dwayne Wade's game because it reminded me similar to my game. You know,
yeah,
athletic, he can handle the ball, smart on the
hmm
court, basketball IQ, can hit the
yeah,
open J when he get hot and all that stuff. I always like Dwayne Wade game, and
yeah.
well, I would go for my big man. I got to count the captain though, man. I'm a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar fan too. That was my era too,
Oh,
man.
he never met.
But
Well,
that
honestly, he had the greatest shot.
That Sky Hook was unstoppable, bro.
Yeah, he
It
had the
was
greatest shot in
yeah.
basketball. I mean, I don't know how scientifically he made that shot. He used to shoot
I,
that shot 12 feet away. What?
what?
Nothing but
And,
net.
and that's how I really say. If you look at it, it was nothing but net. He didn't hit on the rim and bounce around and that man. He just had that natural stroke with it. Just like
Yeah,
them young guys do today, that little floater shot they do. I'm like,
yeah,
how do they do that? And they be going on net because I was told when you shoot, you flick your wrist, but they be on the move and just like a shot put shot, and they be going all net like they master that craft.
yeah. You
And
know,
then one more I gotta add to my list. I gotta say, and this
pick a
might be
power
more than
forward.
five. Huh?
Pick a
Yeah,
power
my
forward.
four, power forward, a power forward. I gotta go with CB. Charles, that was my man.
Oh
Charles was
man,
my man. Yeah.
look, Charles played
And
real,
this just my
real
personal
hard.
top five. I mean, a lot of people might have
You
debate
couldn't
for my
lose.
list.
You couldn't
Yeah,
lose.
yeah,
You couldn't. I don't
yeah,
care. You know, you put Jordan on any team.
yeah.
It's a disadvantage. And then you added LeBron. So now that's like Scottie Pippen on steroids. You know,
Yeah.
because I keep look,
Correct,
I had
correct.
this debate today. I said somebody told me that Kawhi was better than LeBron. I said, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I said,
What?
I said maybe right now, maybe,
Yeah, yeah,
but
maybe.
but but through his career, you can
Right.
forget that.
His body of work is way stronger than
And
Kawhi
he
Leonard.
played and he played every game.
And that's no disrespect to Kawhi Leonard. It's that the LeBron is on some from the time he came in the league until basically till now he's always been on a different level than the average player. A lot of
Yeah,
guys are stars, but LeBron is a super star.
but
You know?
the league knows that though. You know.
Yeah, they know that. They know
They,
that.
they
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 know
ain't
that.
stupid. So, but you do have the people like on TV. That's why I say all this stuff is basically your opinion.
Right.
Anybody can sit there and say, well, Kawhi, well, guess what?
Right, right.
If he takes off 35, 40 games, he's a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
rested than everybody else. So what
Uh-huh.
all they got to do is just chitter chatter
Right.
for him, and then all of a sudden the playoffs come.
Right.
But he's not putting in the same amount of work of a normal basketball player.
And when you asked my top five, but I'm gonna stretch it to one more player. I said gave you six, but I'm the only one I think in Philly that actually like this guy. I actually like Ben Simmons. I
Oh, Ben
actually
Simmons is
do.
nice. He
I
is nice.
actually do because I played ball before. They said, well, he can't shoot the jump shot. Well, he's a two-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year, but he's a bum. I mean, he the engine to make the six go. You see how he looked without him in the playoffs? They look like he was lost without Ben Simmons.
Well, that's because Embiid he's not in shape.
Nah,
You could tell he's not putting any shape type. He's not in shape because he has that. I don't know what it is. Like when Iverson played, he played hard.
mm-hmm.
And I don't see that fire in him. He knows he's good. He could
Mm-hmm.
he could be as good as an Olajuwon, but
Exactly.
he just he just don't have that fire every game. He plays lackadaisical to me. But I mean, he's a good player, but I don't know. It's just something about it. It's just I don't think it's going to work because Ben Simmons
Exactly.
wants to play hard.
Exactly. Because every time I see Embiid play, he's a very talented big man. It's only like three big men in the NBA that I can say is good because it's not a center league before. Maybe they used to build around the center. Now they
Yeah.
don't build around the center more. I can say like three off the top of my head that I think is a great center in the NBA at this present moment. I can name Embiid, Cat, and Anthony Davis. There's nobody else really on that level as them three that I consider as a superstar center in the NBA right now.
Well,
You have somebody else in mind that you can come up with?
well, that I mean, it's what we talking about in the regular game now.
Yeah, in the game now.
Oh yeah, I mean, ain't nobody better than Davis and Embiid. I think they're one and two, and then after that, you might can throw
An-
in somebody else.
Anthony Davis, Cat Carr, Anthony Towns. I think he's talented. And but see the guy for
Oh
what's his
yeah,
name? Porzingis, the guy for yeah, Dallas, the one that came from the Knicks, the tall
yeah,
foreigner guy, Porzingis, that's his name.
uh
He's
huh,
pretty good too, but he don't have that NBA body. So he's still more a finesse type center. You know, he can
yeah,
put the ball on the ground, he can spot up, hit the three. But
yeah.
MB, he can body down low. He got moves like the dream. Not as good as the dream, like the dream. But if he stay committed to going down in that box. Now I
The
know it's a new
dream,
NBA.
the
But
dream was more athletic though,
uh-huh.
and the dream played hard.
Right.
Like,
Right.
remember, it goes back to the Houston Cougars
Uh-huh.
when it was Five Slam and
Five slammer
Jammer.
jammer. Five slammer
You remember
jammer. Yep.
that? Him and Patrick Ewing had a different demeanor. You coming down the lane back then, you know,
right.
he wasn't banging on
Right.
them.
No, he
So
wasn't banging on you. You had to go shoot too.
that's just like what Gene said. Shaq. I said, give me Akeem in his heyday with with Kobe Bryant
Mhm.
championships they would have won
Well,
because
I seen an interview from Shaq. He actually admitted that. He said the dream is to give him hell. He said the dream is to give him fit.
but guess what? The dream would have gave everybody a fit.
Right, right,
Remember,
right.
Kareem was only about like 31, and the dream was giving him the business.
Uh-huh. See, because it dream he made the center position like he revolutionized it like with the moves. The moves he
Yeah,
had was like you ain't seen no center making moves like that.
yeah, great footwork.
The shimmy, this great footwork, the shimmy, the up and under, all that. He wasn't just
Yeah.
backing you down, shooting a sky hook and trying to bully you. He's actually
Shout out to
natural
Vernon
talent.
Maxwell. Remember Vernon Maxwell used to hang in Philly?
Yeah, yes I do.
Used to be with
yeah,
Cigar.
yeah. He's come down there with his two Heinekens in his back pocket.
Yeah. What about Doug Overton? You played against Doug Overton,
yes,
right?
I did. I played against Doug Overton, Marvin Kilgore, the basketball leader, Logan, Ethan Duncannon, and you know Brent Frog, they used to call him. He came up there with a squad, and he had like every number one high school player on his team and all that. And actually during the time, I think Doug Overton might have got me by like 2 or 1 year, something like that. He played for the older team,
Yeah.
and we played for me and two played for the 16 under team. But we were so good, this guy actually played for his older team. That's the first time I played against Doug Overton at him. And we put in work against them guys, man. That really boosted my confidence. I'm like, yo, this guy I be hearing about in the papers, like we really put in work. So we young boys playing on the unlimited squad. And
Yeah.
Doug Overton was always a solid, smart, great guard, basketball IQ out this world.
I'm gonna tell you.
Not really athletic like that, but he was a
Yeah.
consistent point guard.
I'm gonna tell you the difference. I think in this era and that era. First of all, we didn't have cable, and
Yeah. Or social
remember,
media.
there was no social media, and
Right.
remember, all the basketball games came on Sunday, so we would
Right.
get up early on Sunday morning and play with the older crew, and that's
Right.
how you actually learned. So we were more playing basketball, more of a like a job, whereas though they just
Uh,
showing up, they just showing up.
uh,
They got all the wristbands, the sneakers, and everything. We out there hardcore ponies, you know, hoodies if you're lucky, uh, Puma if you
oh, oh,
Puma if you're
Otis
rich.
used,
Yeah,
Otis used to have track sneakers on.
yeah. You know, you had track sneakers on, you know.
yeah, Otis, and they were the Secones and that. They was like the Kelly's Corner Jones.
Yeah, yeah, man. But it was funny because I was always talking to Harp, and I was always saying, "Yo, man, I'm definitely going to ask Booty to do an interview because Booty had a journey. You definitely had a journey, and you went from up and down, and then you back up, and so I try to tell people that's part of life with a lot of people, but they just don't get a chance to say nothing about it. And
Right, right. So,
but I
so
see now, like, you don't remember this. I saw you on the train one day. You probably don't even remember, but I
nah.
saw you on the L one day, and I was like, yeah, yeah. And you was cool with me. I was like, oh, that's
Uh,
you right there. And said, I wondered if you remember me, but I was just talking to you from behind your back, and then you finally turned around. "Oh, what's up, Whit?"
how can I forget you? The greatest singing voice, your heart, ever man William Wood.
Yeah, yeah,
Y'all reached the ball there. Y'all breaking to a song. I was like, hold on, these guys sound like
yeah.
Jodeci.
He get chased off the court because as soon as they start hearing some Jodeci, and his brother, I'm trying to hook up with his brother. His brother's he's a great gospel singer. Remember
Roll?
Robe, Rob,
Rube? Yeah,
Robe.
yeah. I remember Rube. Yeah, yeah,
Man, Robe is a monster on the gospel joint.
yeah.
Oh man, he's one of the legit gospel male singers out there. Yeah, yep. So I'm,
That's
I'm
that's
trying to
that's
hook something up
that's
with him.
that's great because like I said, basketball it got me knowing all these great guys, but as you know, at a certain time in your life, you're not going nowhere with it. So, and I just took my journey and I try to make it positive on the youth right now. That's all.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't want nobody to make the same mistake I did. You got that talent, go stretch it out the best you can. You might get
yeah,
a 4 year scholarship or something. You might not make the pros, but just hang in there. It's a tool that you can use to get you to the next level, educational wise, life
yeah.
wise, and all types of stuff. You don't
They
gotta be
go,
an NBA player.
yeah. They go Rich Baker right there. I don't know if you see it. I put the banner up. So Rich Baker said, "Yo, what's good?" So they go Rich. Rich came with
What's
Trick.
up, Rich?
Oh
I know Rich. I know Rich. Man, I had a couple conversations on the Prison Hall
yeah,
page.
yeah, yeah. If
What's
Rich,
up, Rich? Yeah,
Rich,
my
Rich,
man.
Rich used to come in there and
Like
talk.
I said, see, whoever created that Prison Hall page, it was a great idea because we was all young boys during the time like that. And for us to unite and still be cool to this day, I mean, it meant something. It worked. Whoever made that page and
Yeah,
doing the stuff we did down there, we never got love for each other there. That's all.
yeah, yeah.
It was a great time, man.
The only
Great
thing we
time.
can do is reflect on how everybody played back then.
Right,
But
right.
nobody was enemies.
No, no, no,
They would
no.
play ball, go to the lunchroom, or get some pizza.
Uh,
And, then after that, everybody get mad at each other.
no, no. But see, Prison Hall, it was also like a lot of stuff going on down there. It was like undercover because
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not putting no names out there, but you couldn't leave your wallet or nothing on the sideline for too
Oh,
long
no,
down
you're not gonna do that. We're not gonna go there, man. We got let's take six.
I know a couple guys came in there broke and left out there rich.
Uh, we're not even gonna revisit that.
No,
They
I'm
got,
laughing about that because it was the past, but
yeah.
it was fun though, man. But yeah, it's a little soap opera going on down there. But most of all, it was all love down there, though,
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah.
It
But
was
I
all
remember,
love.
I remember when it was funny because Rich came first. Rich Bigger, the
Uh,
one right here. I think you came after Rich because I used to play with Rich. That it's like everybody gradually started coming up there.
uh,
So, and I think when you came, it was definitely after Rich, but you was already in Hill playing high school.
right, right, right.
So I think Rich had graduated before you, right?
He might have did. Which one he went to? FLC?
Uh, yeah, yeah, Rich Baker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know Rich Baker is something. His brother Candy.
Yeah,
His brother was
yeah. Oh
Candy.
yeah,
Yeah, I know Rich
yeah.
Baker you
Kevin,
talking
Kevin
about.
Baker,
Yeah,
Kevin Baker. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Kevin, he said Candy. You's a funny dude, boy.
Yeah, that's we used to call you that. We used to call you that.
Yeah, Kevin Baker. Yeah. But I remember Rich played at Franklin Learning Center. If I'm not mistaken, he played with Antoine Jefferson. And who
I
was
think
the
that was around his era too.
yeah, but who was the point guard at
I think
Frank
Mike Terry was there, wasn't he?
Mike Terry? Yes,
Yeah,
there it is,
Snipes.
there it is. Yeah, yeah. I used to. It's funny because I used to see. I used to go up to Franklin. I had already graduated, but I remember
Uh-huh.
seeing Franklin because they was only right down the street. Because I went to Franklin, and I
Hmm.
always just see them come with them baby blue uniforms at Franklin Learning Center. Yeah,
Right.
they had perfect socks, everything. That was. I said, man, they got the best uniform in the league. They look like the Tar Heroes. They look
they
like the
they
Tar Heroes. You know.
I think they won a couple chips on their era too down there. I think they
I'm
won a couple
But if you
championships.
got Rich and Twine, they was going to average 30 apiece. So,
Right,
you know,
right,
he said
right.
the name was he did say Mike Terry and Raymond Wolford. That was
Raymond
the other
Wolford.
yeah, Raymond. That yeah, he posting it down there.
Oh yeah,
But
I see it, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
but man, I tell you, but like I said, I might even have to get Rich on here, man. Actually, I can break this whole Pearson Hall thing down, actually, because everybody really got a story. I'm cool with Jerson and Gola.
Uh-huh.
I would like to get them two guys to get on here, you know, because
Well,
I played.
listen. If you're gonna talk about Pearson Holiday, you got to say the whole spectrum. It was some female players who came in that's pretty good too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Marguerite was in
That
there.
played. Stephanie Copeland,
Yeah,
Roxy. I don't know her last name,
Kelly
but they
Witt.
the ball. Yeah,
Remember Kelly?
yeah.
Kelly.
The
Remember?
little short one that had the little handle. I forgot her name.
Oh, I know exactly who you talking.
Yeah, yeah, Yana, something like that. Little short.
Yana, yup, Yana, yup.
Yeah, she had a little handle. I remember. Yeah, and they
Yeah,
played on the course with us with no problem.
but you know what though? That's how they got good because
Right, right.
they played on the court with us. So when they played against girls, they was already kind of used to the strength and all that, you know. So that was pretty cool though. I mean, that was a lot. Um, I remember what was the guy name? The shooting guard they had there. He was the shooter, half court. Oh, Yummy. That's the name. Yummy.
Yummy, that was yummy,
That was
yummy,
it.
yup. That was
Yeah,
yummy.
yummy. Yep. Yeah, man, it was a lot going on. And like I said, if you played at Pearson and 145, that was the sharpening tool for you to go up 16th Street because it
Right.
was nothing but war everywhere you went anyway. So, you know, by the time you got mad at everybody at Pearson at 145, you was ready to go up on 16th Street.
Hey, Naja. My daughter's logged on. Hey,
Yeah,
I see you,
Naja
Naja.
Holmes, Naja Holmes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's pretty
But you
cool.
know, a lot of guys say that too. Where they say um Pearson Hall prepared them to play for 16th Street
Yeah,
because the level of competition they was playing against in Pearson Hall, it was just as much as 16th Street, if not better, because not you see because there was a lot of guys that wasn't even heard of that was good for their neighborhood up there at 16th Street. But
yeah.
at Pearson Hall, you had like D1 really serious, great D1 players down there during them years. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
nine out of 8 out of 9 players from Temple team got drafted or he went to the pros somewhere. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Danny was putting out pros every year and they came in there and ball with us.
What's his name? Bootie. Remember he went to the pros for a little bit.
He went to Boston. His
Yeah, he
brother
went
was
to
there
Boston.
too.
Yep. We was
Tony
around those
Petit.
people. We were
Yeah,
around
he was around. Hey,
Caldwell.
Caldwell, even Will Cunningham had his little stint with New Jersey Nets.
Yeah, I
Remember
remember him. Yeah,
six.
I remember.
Remember he got he got a little trouble. He
I know
stole
what
a
you're talking
car or something. Yeah, he stole a car or
about. Yeah,
something.
yeah. I remember. You know, I remember everything that was going on.
But
Yeah,
he was a good dude, though. I had no
yeah,
bad word to say
of
about that
course,
guy,
of
man.
course. Like I said, all we did was get older, and
Right.
hopefully we live to see each other to this day. And now I see you today, and I see Rich over there. And then you know, like I said, the way this program is going to go is basically it's on auto play, so you ain't even got to
Uh-huh.
touch it, even if they didn't see it. This is how it happens all the time because the time that I record, everybody ain't up at
Uh-huh.
10 o'clock, but
Right.
you're gonna be able to have it as long as you want. And plus, I'm doing a YouTube on it, so I'll send you that link once I download it, and that's your archive. You
No
know,
problem,
so
no problem, buddy, no
yeah,
problem.
yeah, that's gonna
It's
be
just, it's
good.
just I just want to state the importance. Like I said, it's about the youth now. We had our time, we had a great time. I want them to relive this fun that we had. Like it's not all about the stuff that's going on that you see every night on the news and everything. You know what I mean? Life is too short. Just go out there and have fun, man. It's nothing wrong with have fun. It's not corny to have fun. You don't have to walk around being a thug and all that stuff. That's what's corny. I
Yeah, they
mean,
go.
'cause like I said, I had to find out the hard way. I had a rocky road, but
Well,
it's all about changes in life,
yeah.
and that's
Sometimes
what
it's
I did.
adversity. It's adversity, and you're not the only one with it. And it's been plenty of people, so it didn't matter. You rebounded. You moved
Right.
forward, and you love your kids. That's very important. So God saw that, and He put you in the right place. So sometimes life is a learning experience.
Hey,
And
hey, hey, wait, who was asking this question too? Who had the better jumper, you or Trump? Are you talking about me or you talking about you?
I don't know who he talking to. He could be
I know
talking
he ain't
about me.
talk. I know he ain't talking about me because you know what I'm going to say, Rich. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a dumb question. You know what I'm going to
yeah.
say.
Booty ain't gonna never say that nobody outshot him.
Yeah,
Trump ain't gonna say that neither.
yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna believe it. But he probably talking about me. I don't know. Uh,
uh,
but the point is, that was great times, and like I said, Harp knew a lot of, Harp was the orchestrator of a lot of that stuff. You
right,
know,
right.
once people see him, they would be like, "Oh, he said me. I told you it wasn't you. It was me." Uh,
Uh,
but who was better? I think Truck was better in on a spot up shot.
right, right. That was his shot. That was
Yeah,
his shot.
that was a better
Rich,
shot. I
Rich,
just shot the
Rich,
ball different ways.
Rich would drive and kick it out the truck. Truck always be parked right there in the corner.
Look, I didn't start nothing until Rich brought Truck in there. Because when Rich used to play, we would sometimes go back and forth and back and forth. That's when before y'all came up there. That's when Mark May
uh,
was in there. So Rich
right.
came in, and then y'all came in. So, but
Uh,
I remember Rich because he played at Franklin Learning Center, but then he started coming up to McGonigal, and then all of a sudden he brought Truck. That they try to put a Golden State team out there. All they needed was three rebounders because that's guaranteed. Look, everybody else going to shoot the ball like Dwayne Coswell.
yeah. Hey, you gotta give shout out to the enforcer. You know who the big enforcer was down there.
WAP,
Wow. I didn't even say that. You know what I'm talking about.
WAP
I,
made sure nobody got a layup,
I,
and
I was I was actually there when he broke Rick Brunson's nose.
I didn't even know it.
Walt went up for a rebound, and Rick tried to reach for the ball and watch through one of them heavy bowls.
Man, he
Snap,
said
snap his
he
joint out. I went down the training room with Rick. I had to hold him with Rick. I had to hold him walking down to the training room and all that.
yeah,
His joint was leaking.
those jail elbow joints, the joints that fit 20 to life. So at the end of the day, when nobody go win down a lane, you have to do it
uh,
perimeter because WAP ain't giving you no more layup.
he wasn't giving you nothing, man. He was giving you
He
nothing,
wasn't giving
man.
nothing, man. But you know what? That was funny though. WAP was actually cool after the games. He was always cool.
Right. He still is to this day, man. We just went last year. We had dinner together at Plymouth Meeting. I forgot the name. It was a bar restaurant.
He
So
definitely was
he's
always
still.
cool. But man, when they played, I told you it was everybody was angry when the game started. So everybody in that gym was angry, man. You
Because
know,
you remember this rule too. Once you lose, you might as well get dressed and go home because it was a line of winners, and every winners on the sideline was good. So if
yeah,
you didn't win, you might as
and
well just get dressed and go home, man.
yeah,
You ain't get back on that court.
but that's how you got better, though. That's how you got
That's how you
better.
got better. That's how we got
You know,
better.
because
So
you had
we,
to
we
go 100%, or else guess
mm,
what? Somebody else was, and you know what that
yup,
means. You was about to lose, and you might as well go ahead,
yup,
get your
yup.
clothes. It's over.
That's
So
true.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
absolutely true, man. That's
So
absolutely true.
so you did go to Germantown High School. You said you
Yeah,
played 3 games in '87, averaged
right.
28 a game the next
Yep.
year. Um, You wasn't hitting the books. You know,
No, no,
there was
no.
plenty of people. You know, the streets
And
got
like I said, I went to Job Corps. I went to
you.
Job Corps. I went to further my education, and then I was able to play sports there. And then, like I said, when I came home during the summertime, I was in
Yeah,
Sunny Hill League and various leagues out the city. And most every league I was in, I did pretty good. Because I'm pretty known in mostly a lot of playgrounds in the city. Not everyone, but a lot of one. And I get announced by actually good players, like old heads like Ricky Tucker, Chubby Cox.
yeah,
John Cox's father, Kobe Bryant uncle.
yeah. You knew Kobe, father, right?
Yes, I did. Joe Bryant. I got a story for you. I was a young guy. I was the ball boy down the Sunny Hill Baker League. And I met Kobe's mom first, Pam Bryant. And she was telling me, she said, "Oh yeah, my husband played for the Sixers." So me and my other buddy was a ball boy. We walked out to a car. She gave us a lot of Sixers programs. And she said, "There go my husband right there." And I heard of Joe Bryant. I didn't know quite who he was. I knew he was an NBA player, but I didn't know he was like a point forward at that time, like one of the first ones that ever was around. Because he had a handle at 6'8". He used to push the ball and everything. And I always used to see his son and his daughters. And I used to always see Kobe. He used to wear his pop wristbands. They used to be real baggy on his arm. And I used to teach him, they too big for you. Just used to smile. He didn't give me that much feedback. Then it got to the point that I was so close to their mom and pop. I went over their house when they was in Winfield. And then like 2 weeks later, Joe Bryant actually got traded to the Clippers. So I
Yeah,
haven't seen them in years, but they still was come back to Philly every summer. And I would reunite with them down McDonald Park because they still had the big leagues going on down there. So
yeah,
yeah, I remember Kobe. I never knew Kobe, the little skinny young boy that I always used to tease to wear them big wristbands, that he was going to be the legendary Kobe Bryant.
man, that's crazy. And guess what? They all played down at the Sunny Hill League, man. And
Yes, they did.
and you bear witness, and even though you never played with them, you saw
Right.
him as a young
I used
boy.
to go. I used to go down there and watch him play when he playing in the Hill League. I used to go down and watch him play. Man, he should actually make it look easy. And shout out to another young man that used to make it look easy. He was. They call me smooth, but I think this guy was smoother than me. Len Greer. Left
Oh,
hand Len Greer, yeah,
Greer. Oh my goodness, Lynn Greer with the lefty.
the lefty,
Yeah, the
the lefty Len
lefty. He
Greer.
got a perfect. He reminded me of Ray Allen, but he was quicker.
Right, right, right. And he was deceptively quick. You make
Oh
you
no.
think he'd lull you to sleep. He had real smooth with the dribble. The next thing you know, pound, he blow right by you.
Yeah,
And
no.
it, and his and his and his shot was deadly. Like you can tell he worked on his shot. He's very talented young man. I take nothing away from him.
Remember
He's a
Johnny
problem
Haynes?
too.
Jonathan
Oh,
Haynes played in the gym too. Jonathan
Jay
Haynes.
Haynes, Jay Haynes. I
Yeah,
played against Jay Haynes when we played Sunny Hill League. He played for Diamond Medics. Listen to this starting squad they had for Diamond Medics. They had Jonathan Haynes. They had Mick Kilgore. They had Jason Carlin World. They had Craig Wise. That was just their starting five. Their bench was uh, guys that's with the like King and stuff like that. Played for the starting squad at King.
yeah.
They beat us in the championship down the Hill League. They,
Mm.
they Jonathan Haynes was a very smart point guard. Then they went to Temple first and transferred to Villanova. Was it vice versa? It
I
was a
think
Villanova and transferred to Temple.
I
I think it
think
was at Temple first.
yeah, whatever it is, he transferred somewhere.
Right,
He went to
right.
Villanova. Yeah, he ended up going to Villanova
Yeah. He
because he
was
was
at
actually
Temple
good.
one time.
He was good. I
Yeah.
remember. I remember that.
He's good. Smart ball player. Smart ball player. Gifted, court awareness, basketball IQ. You
Yeah,
know,
definitely. Yeah.
yeah. See, this one thing I never did with, man. I acknowledge when guys was good, but I
Oh,
also
this
acknowledge
time,
when guys,
everybody's gonna
yeah.
talk about it now. But back then, you was at war. You didn't really care. You
No,
was
no,
like,
I ain't come out telling you, yo, I think you're good, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
know in my
yeah,
mind, yo, this boy tough.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I ain't do too much, patting you on the butt, yo, you good game and all that. No, but I know I'm a basketball player. I know, yo, this guy tough, man.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy is tough.
It's a lot of competition in that gym, and like I'm thankful that we was able to play against or play with those Division One. I remember Donald Hodges,
Right,
Lovelace, Brantley used
right.
to come in there. Ramon Rivos, he used to come in there.
Uh,
I remember
yeah,
that.
he's coming in. He's
Uh,
coming in. And actually, that's how I got to play in the Cows League. Remember Yolanda
yeah,
Laney?
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, she's coming in ball with us, but she was a Sunny Hill Cows League coach. She
Oh,
recruited me from Gym 100 to play on her college league team
yeah, yeah.
at McGonagall Hall. It was me, Kurt Carter, Tom Davis. I think Jamie Ross was on our team.
Kurt Carter.
We had Kurt Reed was on our team.
You
We
know,
wanted to
Kurt
play for the
Carter
college
was.
league.
Kurt Carter was the coach. They used to coach the Sixers. The black coach Carter.
Fred Carter.
Fred Carter. That was his
Fred
uncle.
Carter was just his uncle. Right,
That's
right,
his uncle. Yeah.
right. And the school that they all went to, Wasu Crawford, Kurt Carter, that's who was recruiting me. Camden County was recruiting me.
Oh
And
wow.
then I went there, and like I said, I just wasn't a school type dude. That didn't work out too well. But
Yeah.
they still consider me as an alumni because they wanted me there. I just go practice with them and everything. I just never played, like
Yeah.
a whole season there, nothing like that. So it was
Yeah.
it was it was a good time, man. These guys, to this day, I still keep in contact with Kurt Carter, Wasu Crawford, and I love a lot of the guys from Philadelphia. 'Cause a lot of Philadelphia basketball is like a fraternity.
Oh
Once
yeah.
they know you from back in the days, you was all right, and everybody just getting to them, but love and respect for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because some players got better the older they got, because they kept practicing and playing than they were when basketball was at its when they was in their prime. So I noticed that sometimes at 35 and older and the 40 and older, you're like, man, they got better. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I noticed that up there. Do you remember Dallas Common G's?
Yes, I did. That's actually, like I said, remember Joe Robinson? That was my best friend at one time, and we went over to Dallas Comegy's house. He was living on the other side of City Island Avenue.
He
Went
was a
over for a Super Bowl party.
he was a monster, man. Like
Yeah, yeah. More defensive skill guy than offensive though.
yeah, but he hurt his leg and that changed his whole game.
Right, right,
But he was tough. I mean, he
right.
really played at Dallas, I think, and
He,
he
he,
got
he
hurt.
called me up. He called me up one day. I think it was around 2006. He called me up, and he knew about Smooth. He said, "Smooth, you got any players you think? Because they go every Saturday. They was going to I guess one of his AAU coaches,
Yeah.
and they had a gym over there. And he said, well, so I took my son with me. That was my oldest son, but they took us over there, and we played in this nice, beautiful gym. It's not a white guys, young
Yeah.
guys that had games that was going to college, but they wanted to play against our skills, against guys a little bit older like me. But
Okay. Imagine in this
Dallas,
era.
listen to this story. Dallas was actually, you think, well, they young boys, he an ex-pro player. Man, he was hacking them boys like it was the seventh game of the chip. He was not cutting no slack on them guys, man. I mean, look, he was out to get by. He was on some Rick Mahorn,
Oh no.
Rick Mahorn type stuff, man.
Oh man. Pump him up to get beat down. I get it.
Yeah, man.
So
He
check
was,
this
he
out.
was,
Rich said, Booty, how good would you have been in this era?
well, this era right now, I probably would be good, but not as good as I was in our era because it was a totally different game. Now, back then it was a big man's game when we was coming up during the 80s and early 90s. But
Yeah.
now these guys, now you see like Houston, how tall are they center? 6'6"? It's a small
Yeah.
man's game now. And these guys more quicker, faster, athletic, you know, stuff I had to work on. They just got natural talent like that now.
That's what hurt me
So
about the Sixers.
I think I'm man enough to admit I think I will be all right because I'm 50 years old and during the time I was playing it was a different basketball game, totally different game.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
I'll be able to score. I think I'll be able to do something to contribute to the team, but it's a different game now, man. I realize that too.
Well, it's an outside game because when the Stephen Curry came with a different game. Like,
Right.
he shoot different now. That's
I was watching the playoff game the other day. They actually shot 43 3-pointers in a game. Like nobody was driving really or nothing. They drive and kick it out. I mean, even they center was
but
shooting
remember
threes.
Daryl Curry was an excellent shooter if you left him open.
He played for
So
Charlotte. He played for Charlotte and what? Who else? Milwaukee.
yeah, he was.
Yeah, yeah. He was deadly. He was deadly. That was deadly. And
Yeah,
he told his sons right. You know what I mean? He told them, the game, and he also had a good upbringing because they're very intelligent, they're well spoken, they are, they humble about their achievements and everything.
yeah,
So he raised the right bunch of kids, man, and that's all I'm trying to do right now with the youth nowadays. Because
yeah,
it's getting crazy out there, man. If it takes something like sports to save a life, I'm willing to do it. Like I said, my basketball camp that I had going on last year, I didn't
yeah,
charge no money. I know guys was telling me, man, you should at least charge $25 and for t-shirts or something like that. I said, no, I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. I'm here just to give back to the community because the community gave so much to me.
yeah,
Not far as though me making a higher plateau in basketball, but as far as respecting me as a man and respecting me as a person. So, and I grew up in poverty and all that. I'm doing pretty good now. I'm not no baller, but I'm maintaining. Just got newly married last year, so
well,
and also I'm a papa. I have 7 beautiful grandchildren. So
I'm quite sure everybody got is a pop nowadays.
yeah, I'm living my best life, man. I have no doubts or no qualms about being a papa. Because
Yeah,
a good thing. A good thing about being a papa with, right?
yeah,
When they come over, you gonna always send them back home.
yeah. You're right about that, bro. Oh, give a heart. Kid controversy is over here now. I
What is that?
said Harper's here now, so kid
Yeah,
controversy.
what he say? I can't see it quite. It said Booty was
It
different.
was a different. The cat went head to head with the pros down at McGonigal. You could not tell he wasn't D1. Okay.
Thanks, Harp. I appreciate that, bro. That's respect, man.
Yeah.
I
Well,
appreciate the
everybody
feedback.
knew you could play with those guys, so that wasn't even. I knew that even back then. I was like, when is he getting drafted?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if we was playing with Aaron and Eddie, you were
Hmm.
and Rick, you were right on their level at when
Uh,
we was in the gym. So
right,
the difference was, the gym had a lot of competition in it, and you never know who get hot. Rich Nate,
right.
one of those guys get hot, make
Oh,
everybody.
I see you been on humble now. I remember you had a couple of those streaks in you too, where I remember
Oh,
you had a couple of those streaks in you. You get
I,
in your little 3-point roll, you hit like three in a row, then sing a song afterwards.
there you
And
go. Hit a three and keep
had
going.
a good voice, and it wasn't auto tune.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't all that barbed wire. They just go and hit it right there. It was, yeah, but what about?
No, hold on, I want to bring some. I talked to Will Wharton earlier today. I told him about the podcast, and I
Yeah,
told him that I talked to you. Look, this is pet peeves with y'all. He said, "Yeah, Whit and Hart they can sing, and we used to be in the gym with them, and they never gave me my props. They can sing, but they know I sing just as good as them, if not better." I said, "Will, you my homie and all." Well, I remember you used to come in there, and me and Hart used to laugh. You say, Hart say, yo, you heard Will sing? And Hart used to try to imitate the way Will sing. He's
yeah,
like, yeah, he'll start off A,
yeah,
B,
yeah.
C.
Look, the funny part was, it was crazy. I don't know if you remember this, but only Hart probably remember this. Maybe a couple of basketball, but Jill Scott used to like come in the gym and just chill for a second, and then she'd go in the hall and listen to me, Hart, Road, and it was crazy because that's what Jean and Renee. Jean is one of my friends on Facebook. John.
uh,
So they
yeah.
always in the gym.
Yeah. The girls from John A. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played field hockey or something, didn't they? Didn't they
Yeah,
play field hockey or lacrosse or
yeah.
something?
She played. Yeah, she played something with a stick. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
It was Caribbean. I don't know what it was. As long as they get that. But it's funny how all these years are going by. Like I said, it's always good to see that people have gotten their life together if they was in a little bit of trouble, and that's the most important thing is actually wanting what you want for yourself you should want for your brother. So you're not my brother, but I wanted you to have your life better,
right.
period. So it's good to see that you have evolved and gotten better, and through adversity, guess what? I told you, God has ways where he ain't gonna put nothing on you that you can't handle. So whatever you went through doesn't matter right now. You move forward, you're a father, a grandfather. So
Yes, sir.
that's a good thing. It's more important that we all root for each other than to
Right.
sit back and be worrying about, oh no, I don't want them, because you know how Philly is.
No.
You know how
Yeah. Right.
Philly is.
Yep.
We hate a raid. So I ain't got to get into that. You already know. So
True
like,
statement, bro. True statement,
so
man.
even
And
said,
I appreciate you having me on, man.
yeah,
Respect and love, man. I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Look,
And all my
I
Pearson Hall
knew.
family and everything, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You'll never forget it. And like I said, the point is, I knew I just had to get the whole thing, correct, so that you can get on here and use the platform. But guess what?
Right.
Now you got an archive. Now you got your own, and
Yeah.
I stream. I'm putting it on YouTube, and I'll give
Okay.
you the link after I upload it, so you'll have an archive of your own interview. And I know you ain't do an interview in a long time, but
Yeah, I ain't do one since Sunny Hill League. hold
but guess what? This
on,
should
hold on. Which kind of interview you talking about? Basketball?
no the interview.
'Cause
The
I
interview.
did a couple of interviews in my past with these guys used to wear these blue uniforms.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
No, I don't do that no more, but I
Yeah.
have done some interviews with them guys before.
Oh, yeah,
But
you don't do those interviews. Those interviews usually go to the left. You know?
yeah. But the interview scared me so much, I made sure I didn't go to the left.
Yeah, yeah,
I
definitely.
feel like that wasn't me, man. That wasn't me at all, bro.
So, you did name all your players. Do you watch female basketball now? Because they be playing tough, man.
Right, but what it is, it's like the newer ones that's playing in WNBA. I don't really follow them. I'm still like the old school, like Sue Bird and um, Candace Parker and them type girls. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, they tough. I mean,
No, but I seen a couple games. There's a couple new girls that put in work, but I just don't know their names off the top of my head. The league got a lot better. I don't discriminate against girls playing basketball. It's a sport, and they do it well. And I'm
yeah,
also lobbying for Dawn Stanley to apply for the Sixers head coach job.
yeah, they
Change the
need
world.
somebody. They might as well
Change
put
the
you in there
world.
now. They,
Huh?
they might as well put you in there now.
I have no problem with that, man. I can
I
watch the
know you
towels
would.
for them. I
Yeah,
can smack when they butt something good playing there. Just put me on the bench. I put the
yeah,
Gatorade in their mouth. Yeah, here you go, squeeze it in their mouth and all.
yeah. But wouldn't it be funny you be in there trying to teach somebody how to shoot the ball? And you be like, wait a minute, y'all making a little bit too much money for y'all not to take a shot. It's funny because that is all part of basketball,
Right.
and shot. Now, the only thing I can say about Ben Simmons, well, let's just say, well, he's going to go to the hole every time. So
Uh,
that's not bad. That's not bad,
see,
so
yeah, but see, it's a lot of NBA players that came in the league athletic, then develop a jump shot to like the fifth or sixth year in the league. You know that
yeah,
I mean, Clyde Drexler just puts his head down and go to the basket real strong. Then he just developed that little jump shot, that little 3-point shot. Michael Jordan used to hit that jump shot, but it wasn't consistent as it was when he got older. You know what I mean?
of
He's
course.
mostly going to have athletic.
Oh, no, he
But I
was
think
jumping.
Ben still, what
He
you
was
saying?
jumping out the box on every shot.
Right. But I think Ben Simmons is getting a little better. I just think Philly just like an impatient basketball city when it comes to their pros and their major sport team. He's got some work. He's on his fourth year in the league, ain't it? I mean, you don't have them like that because you got to think NBA players is just not the best players in their area. They're the best players in the world. The 12 man on the bench can give you 50 on any good night.
You're right.
Yeah.
But it's
I
funny though.
mean,
The Greer, remember he was playing with the Bucks. He was actually really good playing with them, but he got offered more money to go overseas, which was kind of weird. Because I'm like, why Milwaukee didn't give him the same amount?
I think the same thing happened to Marbury. That's why Marbury went overseas, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't play in China.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, he made more money than he made when he was in the NBA.
And guess what? He had a sneaker deal. Remember, he was selling his sneakers for
Yeah,
$15.
I remember the Starberries.
Man, I'm trying to hurt your foot. I'm trying to hurt your foot. It's a,
They had no support in that. They had no support in that. Hold on. Wait, we might have to start clowning now. We're gonna talk about some sneakers that was a flop. How about the Shacks?
Uh, Karl Malone had them terrible sneakers. Who else? Akeem Olajuwon.
No, no, and the first Kobe's, the Laker Johns, they look like the boats. Remember he was with Adidas at first?
Jones was tore up, man.
Yeah, they was tore up. That was my man, but I ain't like the first Kobe's though, man. They look like boats.
Oh, the worst might have been Spud Webb's, some ponies. Spud Webb had the worst sneakers. Oh, those joints was hard.
No, but when he had the ponies, he had every short niggas had a pair of ponies. They thought they could dunk.
But you do know we were in the era where sneakers were real leather.
Nah,
We were.
nah,
This era,
yeah,
they don't have no leather. They using
yeah,
material. And
yeah.
they
It's
cost
all material now,
more
and
money.
and they lighter on your feet now, and they're not made as with as strong as they was back in the day. You seen Zion when you go cut last year, his old foot came out the sneaker.
I
Zion
think
Williams.
I think the sneakers were more sturdy back in the day though.
Yeah,
Remember the
they more for looks now, but back then they really were sneakers that you can ball in.
yeah, you
Like
did.
you really can play more than one game in them.
Yeah. All right, so look, we're gonna wrap this up. Booty, aka Smooth Walter Holmes. I finally got him on tape.
My
He's
man,
good.
with
So
my man.
once again, I'm gonna send you the link so you can have it forever. You know, it's your interview. Have a good one. Have a blessed one. Kiss the kids, bro.
Thank Wiz. Shout out to all my prison, all family, friends, and much love and respect to you, bro. Thanks a lot, man.
All right, have a good one.
All right.